Hello, welcome to Amalion. In this video today, I just want to talk a little bit about how a lot of people have considered Tolkien a pessimist, and I just wanted to kind of look at that and try to look at it in a new light, biographically, I suppose we could say, and how through Tolkien's fiction we can see why a lot of people shared this similar opinion about Tolkien and his tendency to be rather pessimistic, and how this mindset manifests itself in the stories, and in so doing exemplifies a very potent and strong and moving concept which we can read about in his fiction and enjoy and bring back with us into the primary world as inspiration. It has been often said that Tolkien was a pessimist. This frequent view has been gleaned from his fiction. In The Lord of the Rings, the eldest characters, Galadriel and Elrond, both carry a pessimistic air toward their own thoughts about evil. The former says, "Through ages of the world we have fought the long defeat." The long defeat implies that no matter how long one fights, they will in the end inevitably fail. Then Elrond says, "I have seen many defeats and many fruitless victories." Fruitless victories meaning that no matter the measure of effort nor how many victories accomplished, none bear perpetual fruit. Evil has not been held at bay indefinitely. A victory is a mere intermission of peace until the next inevitable evil returns. Looking back to the Silmarillion, we see Thangorodrim defeated but not wholly subdued, its evil not ended. Numenor is swallowed up by the waves along with Sauron, yet he escapes and lives. He is eventually defeated by Isildur, who takes his ring of power, and yet this only marks the beginning of the crisis that takes place in The Lord of the Rings. Even after the One Ring has been destroyed, there are orc remnants prowling about the land. Additionally, the ring's unmaking heralds the conclusion of the Third Age, the departure of the elves, the diminishing of Lothlorien, and the leave-taking of Frodo, Bilbo, Galadriel, Elrond, Gandalf, and others. But it does, however, seem rather short-sighted to call Tolkien merely pessimistic, when I think it is far more accurate, or more appropriate, I suppose, to simply call him Catholic. He merely saw the world and the evil within it through a Catholic sight. He espied evil as an undefeated struggle. Tolkien believed that by Christ's crucifixion, resurrection, and ascension, the devil was conquered and mankind saved. Evil is, on earth, a constant battle, yet far beyond there lies an immortal land unfettered from the chains of the evil one. This interpretation of evil is found in Arda as well. The doctrine of the fall is present in Tolkien's fiction, and as a model, he incorporated it into his stories. Through it, he potently exemplifies bravery, heroism, and hope. In the primary world, the principalities are not present physically. They are, in this sense, unseen, hidden. Rather, evil takes on the form of temptation, a psychological battle ensuing in the mind, urging the body to act in accordance with those fallen suggestions. However, in Faërie, evil takes on an additional form. In Faërie, good and evil are well defined. In this state, evil is revealed, no longer hidden, and thus seems vulnerable to a certain extent, for it can be defied, therefore, by the sword. In contrast, one cannot physically cut down and vanquish the enemies of their mind and the shadows lurking therein. The battle lies only in the acquisition of grace and conquering of the will. Through Faërie, the reader captures the sense that they are in control of their psychological enemies, for the heroes in the story bravely vanquish the physical manifestations of evil. The joy of battle is not found in the killing of our fellow men, but in the honorable and glorious destruction of trolls, goblins, dragons, and orcs, an act of true heroism, for the effort lies in the vanquishing of evil itself. Tolkien does, however, also incorporates the psychological aspect of evil in in his fiction, through the Ringwraiths, the One Ring, and Morgoth, master of the fates of Arda. The protection of oneself from evil by the practice of self-will is found in Arda also. To find so many characters in The Lord of the Rings unwavering in their attempt, in face of such unprecedented struggle, to oppose and defeat an enemy who they know very well likely cannot be vanquished, is a representation of bravery in one of its highest forms, and the epitome of hope. Tolkien's answer to the problem of evil was, we could say, to never cease, to fight on in the face of catastrophe, when victory seems impossible, just like those heroes found in The Lord of the Rings. Furthermore, Tolkien's characters are not Christian. They're not fighting because they believe it is the morally Christ-like dutiful choice and an answer to salvation. There is no salvation that they know of, yet they do know that their world will likely come to an end one day, for it seems to them that evil is an undefeated force. With this, they might very well conclude that the departure of their souls yield nothing. Their death is therefore a definite finality. Nevertheless, they fight on heroically, instead of laying down their weapons in submission. Instead of despairing over the seemingly hopeless notion that death will bear no fruit, they take up the selfless fight for the sake of the beauty of the world, out of love for their friends, and for the sustainability of peace. This furthermore solidifies the very merits of high heroism, stoking the fires of inspiration in the reader, who will lay down the pages and set forth into the primary world, armed with a strengthened will and new-found bravery to face whatever shadows may lie ahead. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it may have provided a new perspective on this popular view that Tolkien tended to be rather pessimistic. And if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you would like it, and if you are interested in seeing more videos like this, then I would appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel. Thank you.